Okay, everybody, I'll make a start. Thank you for attending my presentation. I'll take you through a number of aspects that we've experienced through the pandemic. The extraordinary and urgent demand for cleaning and hygiene products created by the coronavirus has made it incredibly difficult for buyers of these products to differentiate between unscrupulous and those that trade ethically. In this presentation, I will set out the challenges that it causes before offering buyers practical guidance. My goal is to answer the question in the context of the extraordinary and urgent demand for cleaning and hygiene products, and how you can be certain to get these products and ensure that they're fit for purpose and safe. The coronavirus pandemic has changed the nation's view of cleaning and hygiene. More than ever, we now understand the importance of cleanliness and hygiene. Cleaning operatives were on the front line, keeping our work in public places and healthcare settings clean and safe. There is now a new respect for their skill, dedication, expertise, and something all of us in the industry can really celebrate. The impact to our members was immediate. Almost overnight, demand for cleaning and hygiene products soared. The term PPE was introduced to most of us for the first time. People needed hand sanitizers, gloves, soft tissues, aprons, gowns, wipes and clinical waste sacks and cleaning chemicals, and they needed them now. As we actually saw panic buying on toilet paper in the retail side. The urgent and unprecedented demand presented huge challenges to our manufacturing and distributor members. Struggling with the constraints of the lockdown themselves, they worked hard to manufacture and distribute to the front line these essential products as quickly as possible. But the raw materials and component parts were under severe pressure. Sprays and soap pumps, primarily manufactured in China and Italy, were in short supply. Nitrile disposable gloves and single-use aprons have traditionally been made in the Far East, and supply of both were hit by a combination of demand going up and supply was constricted by lockdowns in these countries. Supply of non-woven wipes spiked. Most of these wipes are made from polypropylene-based products, the material which is also integral to the manufacture of face masks. The extra demand pushed supply chains to the limit. Demand for biocide and viricides escalated at a time when the UK production capacity for these products has declined. The pressure was intense. Understanding this and the intrinsic complexities of the supply chain, our members knew it was impossible in the short term to satisfy all orders. Instead of hiking prices and chasing the higher payers, they stayed loyal to the long-term customers, introducing rationing as and where necessary. They also worked hard to keep the customers informed. With their input, we, the CHSA, published bulletins about availability, shortages in the supply chain, and giving end users the information they needed to plan under extremely difficult circumstances. In contrast, others just saw an enormous opportunity to make a quick buck. For some, it was a way to generate much-needed turnover when their normal income streams dried up. It's understandable but worrying when you remember that they don't know the market, the regulations, or what constitutes fit-for-purpose products. Others saw a golden opportunity that they didn't want to miss, whatever the consequences. They set up new companies overnight, claiming expertise and knowledge without being able to check or audit suppliers, even if they wanted to. They imported products unseen and sold them online, often at very high markups. Much more troubling, though, were the dubious claims of product efficiency and the way many products simply did not meet regulatory requirements. This was also not helped by the Brexit fog of transferring EU regulations back onto the UK statute books. Products regulated outside Europe, such as the US and Australia, must comply with the biocidal products regulation in the UK. Do not assume products passed in one country will be acceptable in another. Europe has higher standards than other parts of the world. The UK hand sanitizer market has been described as a Wild West. Medical alcohol supply became very tight, and the government allowed the rules to be relaxed on alcohol content from 70 to 60%. All sorts of organisations with no relevant track record turned to producing alcohol hand gels. Extraordinary claims were made for cleaning chemicals, such as it will keep the area clean and sterile, kill coronavirus for days, if not months. In the midst of uncertainty and fear around the virus, it's no wonder that buyers were grabbing at these products. After all, they were being described as the panacea. The truth, though, is different. A product may keep a surface sterile for days, but only in laboratory conditions and under very specific testing protocols. In a real-world environment inhabited by people, it's not possible. People will always, unless wrapped up like a crime scene investigator, bring in contaminants which will deposit on previously sanitized surfaces and make them dirty again. New methods of applying chemicals have also been developed. Fogging and misting were proposed as quick and effective ways to apply cleaning chemicals. But the truth is they're more suited to applying cleaning chemicals in operating theatres than nightclubs. After all, the dominant method of transmission of the virus is directly from person to person, hence the need for social distancing and face masks. Okay. We all remember the shortages of PPE, or personal protection equipment, at the beginning of the pandemic. We were days away from the NHS running out of gowns and aprons. Demand for gloves, aprons and masks was extreme and has been as much as 6 times normal demand in the case of aprons. Some companies who had experience with importing products from the Far East, but none relating to masks and gowns, quickly placed orders for containers of these products. But as it turned out, some had fake or no CE marks, and this is a certification mark which indicates conformity with the European Union Directive on Health and Safety and Environmental Protection. Buying products from new, unknown suppliers claiming to have good stocks of compliant or effective products might have sounded good, but did not offer the user protection from the virus. The statutory bodies in the UK who regulate and have enforcing powers are MHRA, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the Health and Safety Executive, and Trading Standards. At the same time, with need being so urgent, buyers had to find a way to get hold of products. In the face of shortages and rationing, it was natural and incredibly tempting to look elsewhere. With working from home without access to the usual resources and products being needed yesterday, following the normal procedures including checking and audits of products and suppliers seemed impossible. Buyers from whoever was selling the product, whether or not you have heard them or seen them, seemed essential. Problems were inevitable. It was a perfect storm. Rogue traders were making all sorts of claims, and buyers, without the resources and time to check, were faced with a very real challenge of differentiating between unscrupulous and those trading ethically. Our advice is simple: be cautious. Be skeptical about product claims. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Ask for evidence to back up product claims. A reputable manufacturer will be pleased to show their test data or other relevant evidence to support the claims. You should not need to go hunting for this data. It should be downloadable on their website. Ask for CE declarations and EN test reports to show conformance to specification. Check if the testing was carried out in the UK or Europe. Ask for clarity on dilution rates and how long it took in the lab to achieve the 99.9% kill rate. Buy from reputable suppliers with a track record. Getting previous customer testimonials is also good. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about the CHSA. The CHSA is a membership organisation of about 200 manufacturers and distributors of cleaning and hygiene products. Our membership is made up from a range of global and multinational and small independent businesses. Our commitments to standards began in 1997 when we launched our first accreditation scheme for soft tissue, followed by refuse sacks in 2001. MOPS in 2006 and distributor scheme in 2017, followed by chemicals in 2020. With almost 25 years track record of driving up and maintaining standards in our sector, we know how to make sure your products are fit for purpose. We are also launching a new accreditation scheme for general manufacturers of cleaning equipment such as hand dryers and power washers and the like from 2022. All CHSA manufacturers commit to making sure the labelling on every product clearly indicates dimensions and quantity and guaranteeing what's on the box is in the box. Manufacturers of paper and woven products guarantee the dimensions and count of every product. Equally, manufacturers of refuse sacks guarantee they're fit for purpose and the dimensions and count are accurate. Manufacturers of cotton-based products guarantee the weight, the absorbency, and where relevant, the cotton content, also guarantee the dimensions and count. Manufacturers of cleaning and hygiene chemicals guarantee the product volume and other required information as specified on the label, are fully supported by relevant test data. In addition, they guarantee that the containers and plastic bottle holding the chemical products are recyclable and clearly marked with the recycling logo. Our accredited distributors have committed to buy cleaning and hygiene products from a CHSA accredited manufacturer or supply those with products of equal quality from another supplier. They also guarantee to uphold our code of practice. Every CHSA member has signed our rigorous code of practice. It requires them to conduct a business in a high standard. The combination of the code of practice and accreditation scheme membership means every member trades ethically and sustainably, provides quality fit-for-purpose products, and makes sure that what's on the box is in the box. Our code of practice and accreditation scheme are underpinned by an independent inspector. Our auditor, an experienced quality assurance professional, visits every member to assure compliance, and new members are visited at least 4 times a year. Site visits were challenging last year, but there was no let-up during 2022. The inspector conducted 146 audits, equaling the number conducted in 2019. He audited 11,969 products in distributors. He checked 1,160 individual cotton-based products for compliance, 472 labels on refuse sacks, 126 other products, and he checked 740 labels on paper-based products and confirmed the dimensions of 242 paper-based products. We also launched our accreditation scheme for the manufacture of cleaning chemicals in the midst of the pandemic. The inspector checked all 18 members before granting formal certification. In 2020, members across all the schemes achieved a compliance rate of 93% or more. Application for membership of the CHSA soared during the pandemic hit as new businesses pivoted towards selling in this sector. We know membership is a stamp of approval, so we are very thorough in our process of accepting new members. We conduct compliance checks on marketing claims and require references from within our association. Once due diligence checks are complete, our independent inspector auditor carries out an audit relevant to the scheme that they're applying for. They are only accepted as a member once they've passed the audit. We can say with complete confidence that no company or organisation gets into the CHSA unless they trade ethically and guarantee what's on the box is in the box. Our members are amongst the very best in the industry. If you want to buy from an ethical business with a respected track record in providing good quality cleaning and hygiene products, look for the CHSA logo and the CHSA accreditation mark. Our standards, your guarantee. And thank you very much, and that ends my presentation.